Welcome to the Oligo News. The devastating situation in Gaza, where over 400 people have been killed following Israel's decision to end the ceasefire agreement. This shocking development has intensified the Gaza conflict, raising concerns about peace, security, and humanitarian efforts in the region. In a tragic turn of events, Gaza has been rocked by intense Israeli airstrikes after the ceasefire agreement fell apart. The renewed Gaza bombing has resulted in over 400 deaths, with reports confirming that more than half of the casualties are women and children. The situation has sparked international outrage, with humanitarian organizations warning of a growing crisis in the Gaza Strip. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the media, stating that this is only the beginning of their renewed military operation. He emphasized that Israel will continue its offensive until Hamas is neutralized and all Israeli hostages are safely returned. The Gaza ceasefire was established in January following months of violence that had already claimed hundreds of lives. The ceasefire deal aimed to provide relief to civilians and create space for diplomatic talks. However, this agreement has now collapsed, reigniting fears of prolonged conflict in Gaza. Reports suggest that tensions escalated after disputes regarding the exchange of hostages and security concerns along the Gaza-Israel border. Israeli authorities claim Hamas violated ceasefire terms, prompting the military response. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is worsening rapidly. With homes reduced to rubble and essential services collapsing, thousands of Palestinian families are now displaced. Gaza hospitals are overwhelmed with injured civilians, struggling to provide urgent medical care. Aid agencies have warned that food, water, and medical supplies are running dangerously low. Children and women remain the most vulnerable in this escalating Gaza crisis. Schools have been destroyed, leaving young students without safe spaces for education. Many families are now seeking refuge in overcrowded shelters, raising concerns about disease outbreaks and mental health struggles. The global response to this latest Gaza bombing has been swift. The United Nations has condemned the violence, urging both Israel and Hamas to halt hostilities and return to peace talks. Meanwhile, countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and France have called for immediate humanitarian aid to support Gaza civilians. Protests have erupted worldwide, with demonstrators demanding an end to the violence. Social media is flooded with calls for justice, peace, and international intervention to prevent further loss of life. While Israel maintains that its military actions are necessary for national security, critics argue that the ongoing airstrikes are worsening the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The Gaza conflict has fueled political debates, with some Israeli leaders backing aggressive measures, while others push for renewed diplomacy. On the Palestinian side, Gaza leaders have condemned Israel's actions, accusing them of targeting civilians and violating international law. This deepening divide continues to complicate peace efforts in the region. As violence continues, humanitarian organizations are working tirelessly to deliver aid to Gaza civilians. Medical teams are risking their lives to treat the injured, while volunteers are distributing food, clean water, and shelter supplies. The Red Cross, UNICEF, and several other global charities have launched emergency appeals, urging the international community to provide financial support for Gaza relief efforts. Despite these efforts, the scale of destruction has made it difficult for aid workers to reach those in need. The Gaza conflict remains a devastating and complex crisis with no immediate end in sight. The loss of over 400 lives has once again highlighted the urgent need for peace, dialogue, and humanitarian assistance in the region. As the situation unfolds, the world watches closely, hoping for a swift resolution that spares innocent lives and restores stability. What are your thoughts on the recent Gaza airstrikes and the collapse of the ceasefire agreement? Share your opinions in the comments below. For English news, you can also visit our news website www.theoligo.com. Thank you for your valuable time.